Apparently aespa's concerts are very disappointing, and here's a few stories about them. aespa's concert is not worth the price tag for what they deliver. I want to start by saying I'm not a Mai. I don't stand any group in particular, but I do love going to concerts for artists I regularly listen to. aespa caught my attention last year with some seriously catchy title tracks. When I heard they'd be coming to Seattle, I couldn't pass up the chance to see and hear them live. I went by myself, so I managed to snag an excellent seat, which meant I got to enjoy the show from one of the best spots in the house. Visually speaking, the concert was a treat. The girls looked even better in person than on camera. I'm looking at you, Giselle and Karina. Loved the opening outfit. Here's where the performance went off track. Lip-sync through a large portion of the setlist, including all of their solo numbers. Even when they did perform live, the pre-recorded tracks were so dominant on some songs, and members were just miming along throughout most of the songs and tossing in just a few limbs here and there. The true jams came through on some of the lesser known title tracks, Hold On Tight, where the minimal backing track allowed the live vocals to shine. I love Ning's voice. Although I never listened to the song before, I really enjoyed it, and that was a highlight for me. I know some might say, you knew what you were getting into, what's the big deal? Or even, if you value live singing so much, don't listen to K-pop. And I get it. Lip syncing isn't exactly a shocker in the industry nowadays. But here's the thing, when you're paying good money, hard-earned money, and believe me, these tickets are expensive, for live concert you expect an authentic performance. Even if this is par for the course in some circles, it still feels disingenuous to serve up only half the experience. I'm all for the spectacle that a K-pop concert can be, but when the live element is compromised to this degree, it takes away from the authenticity that makes the concert truly special. I'm sure many people enjoy the experience, and I may be in the minority. But for someone like me who loves going to concerts for live vocals, aespa's concert just didn't justify the steep price tag. Okay. aespa concerts are boring, and it's okay. The new tour had at least 3 cities with supposed dead crowds, and it's not an uncommon experience for people to be disappointed with there being no energy there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the discography aren't really concert-ish where you jump up and down to. The complex songs with beat changes make it awkward, except Hold On Tight. It sounds like Hold On Tight is like the highlight of each concert. I've low-key noticed aespa is quite introverted, thought they were extroverts, and close to themselves, and there's not a member who is hyper. So yeah, aespa concerts are most of the times boring, but who cares, lol, they got bangers. Okay, and there's a lot of reviews saying that aespa concerts don't really live up to the hype and all. You know, it doesn't really live up to what an aespa concert could be, because like when you look at aespa themselves, like they're like AI, true, beautiful spectacles, all of that stuff. But then when you go to the concert, apparently it's pretty boring. Now, I myself, I've never been to an aespa concert. Yes, they've been to Melbourne. A lot of my friends have went, and like they posted stuff on their story where it looked fun, but they never said like, oh my gosh, this concert was absolutely beautiful, this concert was absolutely amazing. It was just like posted on the story, and it was mostly of like aespa on the big screen. Now I know aespa on the big screen, that's them looking beautiful. Like, yes, obviously they are beautiful girls, but for the concert, you know, here's my take of like lip syncing and all that. Yeah, I feel like on like small shows, like music shows and all that, it's okay to lip sync, you know, because like you're just on the small shows, you're not getting paid a lot, and it's not like not everyone there is just to see you, and like, you know, it's just, and you're there like every single day, like 5 or 6 times a week. I think there's 6 shows now, 6 shows a week, and you have to perform pretty much every single day. If you sing live every single day, that's gonna hurt your throat. That's gonna damage you, and I don't think you should sing live every single time. But for like big events like Lollapalooza, Coachella, award shows, and concerts especially, is when you should sing live. That's my personal opinion, and I feel like if you're doing a concert, you should just let out your own voice and perform live. And the thing is, we know aespa has the vocals, we know aespa has the skills, we know aespa has the talent to do so, because they were trained to. I mean, they are SM idols, and SM idols are known for making some of the best vocalists of all time. And the fact that they aren't allowed or like forced, because honestly, I feel like aespa would want to perform live. Like, they seem like the type of people to do so. They seem like the type of idols to like look at the back and ask them to turn up the mic and all that. And when it comes to the interaction with fans at concerts, like aespa has a very huge Western audience, and they already have a fluent English speaker from Giselle. So I feel like, you know, like, I know English isn't their first language, but if you are any artist that wants to like dive into or be a part of the Western market, then I feel like it's important for you to speak English or learn some basic English for you to interact with some of the fans, and like to, you know, just the basics. But like, obviously not everyone can do it. And like, yes, some people are introverted and closed to themselves, but you know, when you're a performer and you're doing a concert, like you know, I feel like you should be like opted to be like more interactive with everyone, because like you don't know when you're going to see them next and all of that, that kind of mindset, because like the audience is there to see you for like sometimes the first time ever, so you have to like make sure to make it count, make it special and all that. Like for example, if I was doing some sort of fan meet or whatever, and like I was meeting people, I would like, I'm like 90% introverted, but I would try my best to be more outgoing and to interact with people, because like they came to see me and all that. That's from my perspective, but you know, I'm not like that big of Showtime or whatever. But yeah, it sounds like aespa concerts and their songs, like I would admit from debut to 2022 I wasn't the biggest fan of their songs, so I wouldn't say I would exactly vibe with it, but I could definitely get along with it. Like songs like Armageddon, Supernova, even Spicy I'd really like. So yeah, I guess like each concert is up to your taste. Like for example, Arctic Monkeys, their songs, they have absolutely bangers, but the thing is, Alex Turner, he doesn't sing in time, doesn't quite sing to the beat, but you know, we're all just having a good time. So as long as you're having a good time, you're having fun, then that's really the importance to it. And this doesn't deny the fact that aespa are still one of the best performers in K-pop today. Would I be the a-hole for dropping out of a wedding when it's 2 weeks away? Trigger warning: race fetishization. I don't know how to pronounce it. Would I be the a-hole for dropping out of a wedding when it's 2 weeks away? I am 29, male, and have a long-term girlfriend of 3 years, Hannah. My friend Kyle was getting married later this year. I agreed to be a groomsman. So it's me, him, and 3 other dudes. I was disappointed when I found out I wouldn't have a +1 for the wedding, but at the time, I thought the same went for the other guys. Come to find out last weekend that the 3 other groomsmen do have +1s. 2 of them have been in relationships for less time combined than me. The other guy is single and was complaining about not finding a date to bring on Tinder, which is how I found out. I asked Carl what's going on, why do they have +1s, but why can't I bring Hannah? I find out this. So I'm walking down the aisle with the bride's sister, Lisa. Lisa is developmentally disabled. She's in her 20s, but mentally she's about 10 years old. Kyle says it's because they don't want to piss off Lisa. Her parents figure she will never marry or have a boyfriend, so they want me to come solo to give Lisa the impression that I'm single. Basically, they want me to be a pretend boyfriend for Lisa. If I come with Hannah, that will make her jealous. I'm not really comfortable with this. Lisa is a nice girl, but I don't like that I'm tricking her into thinking I'm someone that I'm not. It's going to make someone believe that I'm her boyfriend when I'm not. Plus, what if Lisa meets Hannah in the future and finds out we're together? She's already gotten into trouble in her adult care group for fighting with another girl over a guy. I told Kyle and his fiancée Claire that I'm not okay with this. They told me to suck it up for a day because this will mean a lot to Lisa. I'm not comfortable playing pretend boyfriend, especially for someone who thinks that we are the real deal. I want to drop out at this point. Wedding is 2 weeks away. Would I be the arsehole? Edit saying, you guys are right. This is really effed up. I called Kyle now and told we need to talk face to face. I'll update if anything happens. Okay, and edit. I'm about to confront Kyle. Pray for me. So this is best of Reddit updates, and this already sounds like a story. Like, how does this link with race fetishism? That's a very hard word to say, but now I'm scared. Edit. I'm going to need some time to calm down. My friendship with Kyle is over, and whoever said that I got roped in because Lisa had a crush on me, you win. I'll fill you in when I've had a moment. I feel sick right now. Okay. I think I can say what happened earlier this evening. The more I read everyone's answers, the more I realize this was really effed up. I already had a feeling that this whole Lisa wedding day situation was messed up, but reading everyone's comments reinforced it. I told Kyle that we had to talk, and he agreed. We met at his house. Claire was there, Lisa wasn't, thank God. Basically, I told them I was dropping out of the wedding. I told them that setting me up as Lisa's fake boyfriend was beyond messed up. What did they think was going to happen after the wedding? Was I supposed to continue the charade or dump her, break her heart, and be the bad guy? Claire tried to explain what was happening. Something about how Lisa was upset and angry that she wasn't the one getting married. That wasn't the part that pissed me off. No. Want to know why I got offered up? It's because Lisa loves K-pop and is obsessed with Asian guys. I'm Japanese American. Why are there people with Asian fetishes? So that's why I got roped into being her fake date and not my single friend who has to rely on Tinder to find someone. It's all some sick attempt at making Lisa feel better by hooking her up with the only Asian guy they knew. Oh god. At that point, I had had enough. I would too. I told Carl and Claire that it was over. I wasn't going to the wedding. I never wanted to speak or see them again. There was a lot of screaming and crying. Claire asked me why I would do this to her sister. I barely even know Lisa except for the few times that were wedding related. And that's where things stand. I don't know if they're going to try and paint me as the bad guy who broke Lisa's heart. I already told the guys that I'm not coming and why. Who knows what the fallout from that will be. I spent the rest of the night trying to get a grip of myself. I still feel kind of queasy from this whole thing. This feels like one sick joke. I feel bad for Lisa because while I got out, she's still stuck with that shitty family. I think I'm going to spend the Saturday trying to put this behind me with a beer and a Brooklyn Nine-Nine marathon. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, let's go! Thank you guys for your help. At least I know there are people out there who also think this is a terrible effing idea. Oh, I also asked why not hook up Lisa with Tucker, the single friend who was using Tinder for the dates. It's because she said he was too ugly and hated his beard. I'm not going to tell Tucker that. He's going to find out eventually. Okay. As an Asian man with a beard. The update was on June 11, 2023, 10 years after BTS debut. Coincidence? I'm going to stop there. Hi guys, I'm VOP. I'm going to try and post an update here. Some people were asking me about an update. Sorry about the delay. It took me a few days to get in touch with Carl's brother who actually did attend the wedding. You can read the post here. Thank you to currentphoto2857 for doing that. I didn't go for obvious reasons, neither did Tucker, out of solidarity. Shout out to Tucker. Carl and Claire's wedding took place over Memorial Weekend. They wanted to save money for a down payment, so they decided to do a backyard ceremony with a barbecue potluck reception. The wedding was at Carl's parents' house, which I've been to. It's a huge place and there are about 40 or so guests. Carl said that most of the money went to a photographer and food. Before the ceremony, Steve had heard there was some trouble with the bride. They couldn't find the dress and a necklace she wanted to wear. Then Lisa spilled juice all over her own dress. Her mother had to go find a replacement. She couldn't, so Lisa had to wear a jacket over the stain. I think Lisa had a hand in hiding the dress, but I guess we'll never know for sure. The ceremony was delayed by 30 minutes because of how long it took Claire to get ready. When they were at the altar, Lisa was giving her sister this really brutal death glare, like no breaking eye contact. Glowering? Never heard of that word. I feel sorry for the photographer because knowing Claire's parents, they'd want her to Photoshop the pictures later. Then there was the reception. According to Steve, Lisa had a meltdown. And during the meltdown, she went on a rampage and destroyed one of the food tables. The one with all the barbecue. Oh no. So there was at least $700 worth of food destroyed and a couple of punches taken to the cake. The wedding cake. Oh, I will admit, wedding cake has always been delicious to the weddings I've been to. So, one of the reasons why I want to get married. I'm joking. The only thing left was a couple of side dishes, but the food is destroyed, the backyard is a mess, and it takes her dad and Carl's dad and brother to try and pry her off the table. Steven thinks that one of his younger cousins got footage of it. Of course, it's one of the younger cousins. It was the Sunday before Memorial Day, so most restaurants were either hella busy or closed. There was no way they could replace the food. Most of the guests left early. A few stuck around to help clean up the yard. Steve didn't see Lisa afterwards and thinks that her mom took her home. A couple of cops came by after everyone left. Apparently one of the neighbors called out about the rampage. And that's it. I haven't seen or heard from Carl since the weekend before the wedding. No idea what he's up to and I don't care. What he and Claire wanted to do was hella effed up. I bet they probably blamed me for ruining their wedding. Like, if I hadn't pacified Lisa, this wouldn't have happened. As for me, I spent the weekend with Hannah. I returned the gift I was going to give Carl and Claire and used the money to treat ourselves to a date. Hannah wanted to see The Little Mermaid. It was okay, but that Scuttlebutt song sucked. Hannah loved it and went out for seafood at this place near the beach. We had money left over and I treated Hannah to a Little Mermaid Lego set for her and a case of beer for me for the ongoing Brooklyn Nine-Nine marathon. Let's go! To end things on an ironic note, I said that Carl wanted me to be Lisa's date because she had a thing for Korean guys. I'm Japanese, but Lisa's love rival, my dear and gorgeous Hannah, is actually Korean. It all came full circle. It all came... That's a story and a half. Alright, here's the thing here. Say what you will. Yes, Lisa might be mentally, developmentally disabled. Yes. But that doesn't justify leading her on with the only Asian guy you know. Okay? As an Asian guy myself that has been, like, fetishized as well by some girls that wanted to date me purely because of my race, like can't believe there are actually some like white girls are like, oh my gosh, I always wanted a Asian child. Like, okay, that doesn't mean I want you. Like, leave me alone. So like, what did they really expect? Like, what the OP just said. Like, did they really expect for the lad to just lead Lisa on until the end of time? Like, if she's developmentally disabled, she shouldn't be led on like that. Like, that's just really rude. It's not good. It's not good. Like, it's just really effed up. And doing this whole thing purely because like that's the only Asian guy you know. It's like if someone set me up on a date with a Korean girl because they're like, oh yeah, you like K-pop, right? He's my friend. She's Korean. Why don't we do it? Like, I just, this is no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.